Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome back to another episode of A Safe Space for Men. Please remember to rate, review, like, and subscribe to the podcast. Again, as usual, I appreciate it. This morning I'm coming to you. I'm out in Ohio. I told you guys I had a wedding to go to. Actually recording from my hotel room right now. Uh, it's a little town outside of Cleveland. It's called Paynesville, Perry, Ohio. Which is actually it's a really nice area. I like it out here. There's no traffic. The people are nice. It's a little cold this morning. It's been raining. Rain yesterday morning, this morning, and the weather's been dropping. But other than that, it's a really nice area. Again, I'm out here. My best friend got married this weekend. He got married last night, so it was a really, really dope ass beautiful ceremony. I was happy he asked me to be the best man. I was, just grateful I got to be a part of it. And again, this is a guy that I've known since I was like 3 or 4 years old. So he's pretty much family. That's my brother. You know, uh, we've been through a lot. We've grown up literally together. So it's really nice to see, and especially anytime you get to see your friends be happy. It's a really a really, really good thing. So, I've met a lot of decent people out here. You know, uh, first, well, congratulations to Lewis and Gina, first and foremost. But I've met a really good amount of nice people out here. She has a really loving, beautiful family. When I got here Thursday, I went over to her cousin's house to meet up with everybody. And I don't again, I'm like an energy person, so I can kind of feel the room. And it's just when I walked in, immediately it was hugs and hey, how you doing? Where you from? Do you want anything to drink? You want a shot? It was you hungry? You know what I mean? And you don't get that a lot when you meet people that don't know you. But to me, her family very much is I guess you could say word of mouth. If they hear good things about you and know you're a good person, that's how they're gonna treat you. Um, but yeah, just really, really good people. I really enjoyed my time. I wish I could stay a couple more days, but I got to get back to my family because we're back to work, back to school on Monday. So actually, by the time this drops, I'll be at work literally. But yeah, it was just I was really happy for him, man. It's he's been through a lot. He's lived a lot, and he just deserves to be happy, and he finally is. So it's really good. I did my speech. I ended up not writing that down. Kind of had it all in my head. I did miss some stuff. The biggest thing I did miss is, and I probably told him already, but his mother passed away when we were kids. But his mother, my grandmother, my late grandmother, would be just extremely proud of the man he's become and the person that he is and the father that he is. You can see the love from not only his kids, but his one of his daughters was here, but his step well, I'll say his son, but his stepson and his two stepdaughters, which are now his kids. But his oldest daughter, she was, I don't want to get it wrong because I'm not sure. She was the maid of honor, and she did a speech and everything, and she was fighting through it. She was choked up, but you could see kids know. I always say, kids know what good people are, what good parents are, and you could just tell that he's been a really good father figure for her because she had a beautiful speech. She was fighting back tears, and you could just tell the love and the respect is there, and I really love that. Again, being a dad and me having all girls, that's definitely something I can relate to and I can identify with. So it was really really dope to see him and her finally get married and everything, and just be happy. While I've been down here, I saw, well, it's kind of happened and it's over with now, but there was a fucking mass shooting up in I believe in Massachusetts. The guy's name was Robert Card. He killed 18 people and then wounded 13 more. Um, it's fucking insane. This country has a really, really, really serious gun control problem, and like I believe in like everybody has the right to bear arms and everything, but like at what point do you have to, I don't know, you have to figure out a way to control it. Like it's, and because people are all, we're always having like these mass shootings and people are shooting up churches and shit and schools and stuff. Like at what point like does the shit stop? Because it's always just innocent people getting killed. It's not like someone fucking takes a gun and goes shoots up like a pedophile halfway house or something like that. You get what I'm saying? Like, and not to say that they deserve to die, but what I'm saying, then again, anyway, but like they're killing innocent people, and this guy, they were searching for him for a couple of days, and they finally found him. He ended up killing himself. He shot himself, I think, in the head. Obviously, he didn't want to deal with whatever was coming, but it's just it's fucking sick, man. Um, it really, I don't know, it's really disturbing me because again, I don't have any. I didn't get too much of the details. I just saw the numbers, like 18 people getting killed, and he was. I saw the video. He was like walking around with no mask. He obviously clearly didn't give a fuck. He was just, on a rampage or whatever. I think they found a note. They found a few things like in his house. But yeah, man, it's fucking crazy that we're still having this problem and it's not safe or as safe as we need it to be. And it's always like a certain demographic that's doing this shit. That's, what I mean? That's something else that needs to be looked at, even though they won't. Something else I saw that kind of like triggered me, and it's kind of like what I'm probably going to talk about this episode. I saw like the first date, no restaurant list or whatever the fuck it was. I'm getting ready to pull it up because I have it on my computer. It was like, so some girl got mad. It was two things that happened. It was some girl got mad and was like online talking about, oh, these are the restaurants you can't. Here's a list of places women absolutely refuse to go to on a first date. And it's a long fucking list. It's 28 items. First is Cheesecake Factory, which I've never been to Cheesecake Factory, but I heard it's really good. I have a gift card to Cheesecake Factory, literally like in my wallet. I just never used. I've had it for like 3 years. Applebee's, which I love Applebee's. Applebee's, they have, especially during the basketball season, it's a good place to go get wings and drinks and kick back with the homies. Chili's, I've been to Chili's. Chipotle. All right, I can see that. Olive Garden, the movies, your house, any fast food chain, Buffalo Wild Wings, Wingstop, Red Lobster, a buffet, IHOP, yeah, fuck IHOP, Denny's, the gym, church, what you got against God, Starbucks, coffee dates, which is essentially the same thing, ice cream dates, family functions, movie night, Netflix, Hulu, etc., somewhere that requires a long drive, bowling, nightclubs, hookah bar, a bar just for drinks, Waffle House, and sporting events. So I seen this shit and I was like what the fuck? Like, okay, I don't know what I don't know what the other, if there's another list, like a list of acceptable places, but that list is bullshit because a lot of those places, like I don't some of these, and not all, because I don't want to like come for all women, but some women just have just an unrealistic idea of what dating is. Don't understand what like what the fuck a date is. Like, I don't. Who are you dating? Like, seriously, who are you dating? And I feel like sometimes some people like just like make shit up for likes, and someone probably threw that list out there because there's a lot of shit on that I go to and I would go to. I don't really give a fuck. But dating, you should be doing something where you can bond, where you can talk. There was also a video, I think, so this video was before I think that list dropped. A lady was like on a date, and the guy like pulled up to her, I forgot where it was, I think it was a chain restaurant. And she's like, oh my God, like you brought me to a chain restaurant, da 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 da. refusing to get out the car. First of all, shut up, kill yourself. Get the fuck out of my car, cause all right, you don't want to go? Cool. I'm leaving your ass right here. Get an Uber. Like what? Who? I just don't understand where, especially in her case, and while it may not always be about looks, like she definitely wasn't coming with the energy or the looks of someone that should be at a like or had ever been at a 5-star restaurant. That's another one of my biggest gripes. And because I have a lot of female friends and I know a lot of women, obviously, and some of them have common sense. Some of them say things that are just like ridiculous, and I would never go there. You can never take me there. And I'd be like, well, when have you ever taken yourself there? How can you tell a man, oh, you need to take me to Ruth Chris Steakhouse every Friday if you've never even fucking been there? You don't even know if you like the food. You don't even know if you like the service. So sometimes people just need to know when to shut the fuck up and sit down somewhere. I feel like a lot of women like want wife treatment from the rip, without the responsibilities of being a wife. You know, it's like some sense of entitlement, and a lot of them are just selfish, man. Y'all expect a man to act like a boyfriend. Act like a husband in the boyfriend stage, and y'all not acting like wives in the girlfriend stage. This man supposed to wine and dine, you pay your bills, this and that. You ain't ironing no shirts, you ain't washing no clothes, none of that. You ain't cooking that man no dinner. Some of you can't even cook. Some of you don't know how to maintain a household. You just got a lot of unrealistic expectations and demands, and I also feel like a lot of what I see, and a lot of women that are making these demands can't even take care of themselves. You know, you can't provide these things that you're requesting without a man providing them for you. And then when you say that, you get into, oh, well, a man is supposed to do that. I have daughters, and I don't teach them that anyone's supposed to take care of them. I teach them that they need to be able to take care of themselves, because it's not anyone's responsibility to take care of another adult, especially not in this economy. Do they know? They see that they have a father that provides for them, takes care of them, everything. Yeah. So obviously they're going to look for a leader and someone that is strong and can do those things. But they're also like, you're not going to be able to dictate to my kids because of what you do for them. And that's always been my biggest thing. Be able to provide for yourself. That way, no one can control you and take anything away from you. Because if anything, you balance the table. You know, you aren't you know what I mean? You're not coming to the table empty-handed. And again, back to just the income part. Like, you got to be realistic. Because we're gonna get a little deep. You in this day and age, you need 2 incomes in most households. You just do. I don't, unless you want to live in a shitty fucking neighborhood and have shitty fucking schools and deal with crime and rats and stuff like that. Yeah, okay. And you can be a stay-at-home wife in fucking Kensington and have your husband go out and work wherever in tech or something and make $100,000 a year. Yeah, but if you plan on having a nice house with land, especially where we're from and where we live at, then yeah, you're gonna need 2 incomes. Just be realistic. And whatever happened to actually liking someone and really getting to know them, like really dating them, and like being on the phone with them for 2-3 hours and texting all day, and you know, that was how, I mean, even when I was a teenager and like my early 20s, that was how you got to know people. You really like hung out, you did things together. It wasn't like all buy me this, buy me that, or everyone's using one another. And I feel like that, you know, social media has a lot to do with that, and the internet. But what happened to looking at what type of heart a person has? Like you never see that. Rarely do you see someone talking on social media or whatever internet about these type of things, relationships and dating, and they're like, oh yeah, I look for someone with a good heart. I look for someone that has empathy and compassion and cares about people. No, it's about, what can you do for me? What can you buy me? How much money do you have? How much money can you spend on me? And typically, again, the people that are saying these things are people that don't have anything to fucking offer. A lot of them think a man's supposed to take care of them from day one. Spend money, provide material. One thing I have noticed, and I definitely saw that while I was down here, because Gina's family, they're Dominican, and they have a little bit of Puerto Rican mixed in. And I grew up around Hispanics and everything, so I have like firsthand knowledge of this. Culturally, like women are raised differently, and specifically talking about black women versus Hispanic, from day one. Uh, Black girls are raised to be independent, like really just again, I'm raising my daughters to be like, be able to take care of themselves. As where in the Hispanic culture, they're taught to be a wife like from day one. They're like washing laundry and shit in most cases by the time they're 13 for the house. They're cleaning the kitchen at like 6, 7 years old. Like that's what they're doing. Sweep, mop, wipe down. I remember I dated a girl when I was like 14 or 15. And I remember like every time I got on the phone with her and her sister were fucking cleaning and like scrubbing her. And I'd be like, how you guys gotta scrub the floors every day? Like what is going, a water bill must be drawn. But that was how their mom had them, trained to do. A lot of people lack the integrity and don't know how to maintain a relationship, and I just asked the question, like, have you been like nurtured into becoming a wife or how to be a wife? You understand what it means to be one? And the answer in most cases is no, you know. And I understand it because some women, they act out in this manner where they go after or seek these material things because they've been hurt. They've been used, and they've been, kicked to the curb. So you resort to this behavior because it's like, you know what, well, if everyone's going to be fucking doing me greasy, then at least I got to get something out of it. I've had women tell me that before. Close friends say that to me. Like, yeah, I just get tired of, like, dudes, like, using me, mistreating me, and feeling, underappreciated, or, once they get, they get some ass, and that's all they're using me for, and they dip, and I come out the situation with nothing. So, and now they resort to that, well, if I'm going to be messing with these niggas, I'm going to get something out of it. And understandable, I'm not saying it's okay, but it's completely understandable. A lot of women, you can't even have a rational conversation with them without them being offended. And I'll use my ex for an example. I'll point certain things out to her, or have pointed certain things out to her, and just be like, you act in this way, and you're pointing out, the negativities and the flaws and stuff, and they automatically get defensive. And it's like, no, the way I'm talking calm right now is how I would be fucking talking to them, and it'll just turn into like a full-fledged argument. Like, so you will resort to just becoming defensive, and like you can't think rationally. You can't hear someone criticize you or say something to you without you feeling like you need to defend yourself, or get aggressive, or come after me, or try to belittle me. So yeah, a lot of people are just aren't able to have those conversations. What's really funny to me is like this new era of women always saying how independent they want to be, and I don't need a man. I can take care of everything myself, and I'm big dog. But y'all want a man to take care of you. You know what I'm saying? And like, not saying there's nothing wrong with wanting a man, but it's a big difference between wanting a man to take care of you because that's what you desire, and wanting a man to take care of you because you don't fucking want to do anything. There's two completely different reasons. And a lot of you men need to understand, like us men, we do not acquire liabilities. I am not, at least I'm 37. So yeah, maybe when I was younger I was dumb and didn't understand certain things. But at 37, at 37, I am not, when I'm getting to know people and I'm talking to you, and now I notice like you're bad with money. Your house is always dirty. I see that your car is always dirty. Your gas tank is always on E. Like certain things that directly reflect you being responsible. Your bills are always late. And again, sometimes financially some people don't have it, but then sometimes people have the money. I have dated girls that were financially well off and just were not responsible. I am not bringing that into my home. I don't want to share a home with you. I really probably don't even want you in my life because I do things differently. I'm very responsible. I don't have a choice but to be responsible. I believe in it. And you coming in my life and just being reckless with money or anything, not being on time for shit, just not doing things the way that they need to be done, that's not an asset. I can't. You bring no value to my life, and all men think like that. If you didn't know, now you know. All men, we all look at women, and we look at how you carry yourself, the things you do, and how you're out on social media, how you're out on these streets. And if you do not bring value, if you are a liability, just because we're talking and texting you or even sleeping with you, even if we go out with you, that doesn't mean necessarily that there's a long-term plan for you. You could just be a stop on the road to where we're going. And a lot of you need to understand that. The internet has ruined dating. It really has. I always ask people when they're like telling me, their situations. I'm just like, can you build with that person? Can you build things together? Again, a fat ass is not going to keep a man's attention. Understand that. We may see that, or man may see that, like she got a fat ass. Yeah, initially you may be attracted to that, or that catches your attention. You got to understand, men are conquerors. So women, for some reason, think, oh yeah, man, he in my DMs, this and that. Yo, so some people, not all, some people, I'll have a lot of conversations, especially, be having conversations with my ex, and, oh yeah, this dude in my DM, and I was like, you're fucking stupid. Like, nobody is, like, and not to say that no one is going to get married or has a happy ending, but some people do not have the ability to understand, like, or notice when a man's just trying to sleep with you. And it's going to be a repeat cycle for you because you're not looking for the right things. You're looking for attention. And again, all that shit fades. You don't have any morals. You don't have any values. We pay attention to how women conduct themselves. Again, especially when we're not around, especially on the internet. And a lot of women, they leave with their bodies because you don't have any substance. You don't have anything of any value. You don't understand that being fuckable is not a value. Again, men are conquerors. So a man, obviously, just because a man, he'll want to sleep with you. He'll want to do all kinds of nasty and disgusting things with you. That does not make you wife material. That does not make you stepmom material. That does not make you daughter-in-law material. There is a huge difference, which is why when people say, "Oh, men sleep around, they have high body counts or whatever," that should tell you something. That should tell you something right then and there. Men may have high body counts. They may have slept with 10, 30, 100 women, but they don't have 100 wives. They don't have 30 wives. They don't have 10 wives. So you have to just understand. Again, all of us, you gotta look at ourselves, and us men, us included, because we feed into some of this stuff. But I just think that, again, like the internet has really just destroyed it. It is, so for instance, real quick, like the way, like we look at beauty in a woman. So obviously, when you meet a girl, you see her like, damn, she's pretty. Like initially, again, we eat with our eyes. And that's what initially draws your attention and attracts you to a person. But once you sit down and you have a conversation with a woman, the words that come out her mouth, the information that she's giving you will either heighten that interest, or it's going to lower it. Because you can learn so much about a person by what they say, and what comes out their mouth. It lets you know what's in their head. And, it's going to be a determining factor in how long we deal with you. Because, again, I have met and dated some really, like, just beautiful women. And once you sit down and talk to some of them and they start talking, it's different. It's like we have different beliefs. That's one thing. But when you start talking and you just like, you're immature still, like the way you look at things, it doesn't match how I look at things. You immediately, it's like a balloon being deflated. You completely lose interest. You do not want to be around that person, especially for the long term. Eye candy is not going to hold us. You might get us for a brief period of time, but that's it. That is it. A lot of men want to fuck, but none of them are trying to marry you. I'm going to say that again. Women, a lot of men want to fuck, but they are not marrying you. You need to identify that and make better decisions, so that you're not feeling empty or feeling like all men ain't shit and you've been used, or now you feel like you need to use men. And honestly, to keep it all the way real, for us men, there really isn't in this day and age, there's not a lot of good options out there for us. There are some really phenomenal women out there. Please don't misquote me. There's some really good, phenomenal women out there, but they are outweighed by the ones that are just trash or just not good options. So, and a part of that is also there's too many unhealed women. There's too many unhealed people, for real, for real. A lot of people need to heal. A lot of people need therapy, But and also as we get older, when we get older, again, we care more about substance and character, and we truly attracted to the conversation that a woman has and how they hold it. What's going to turn a man on is your mentality. If you can get in my head, if you can really mind fuck me, the things you're saying are of value and they're interesting, and I can relate to them. They're things that I want to do. It shows you have intellect. You're not stupid. If you're still talking about twerking and all that, again, that's what is that rapper chick name that's just she stay the fuck away from my kids. That Sexy Red Girl. It's just, and of course the media and everything, that's what they push out there for us. That's what they want us to do. They want our little girls to be acting like that and just doing ridiculous shit, walking around being ghetto and doing sex tapes and just doing dumb ass shit. And no, nobody's fucking marrying that type of person. I don't care no high value man with standards is marrying that type of person. Point blank, period, man. What else I got? I'm sorry, y'all. Yeah, I'm done. My bad. I'm looking at my notes. Yeah, I'm done. That's all I got for you today. Message for today, fellas, vet these women. Make sure they bring something to the table, and it doesn't mean I'm not talking finances when I say that. I mean values, things that'll make her a good wife one day, a good mother or a good stepmother or a good daughter-in-law, someone you could be safe with and someone you could be vulnerable with. Again, fellas, vet these women. I've made them, and this is first time I've made the mistake of not vetting people before. Just messing around people, and one thing leads to another, and next thing you know, boom, you're in a full-blown relationship with somebody you can't stand. Just gotta do a better job. That's what in my younger years, I've made plenty of mistakes, millions of mistakes, but I can speak about it now because I'm in a better place. I'm a lot smarter, and overall, I believe I make better decisions. My plug for this week is my boy Ant, Rockymore. Ant has a new podcast that he just dropped about 4 weeks ago. It's called the Ant Money Experience. You can reach him under that very name on IG. He's also on the Big Exclusive Network live every Thursday at 7 p.m. And he's also Ant Rockymore on Facebook. Again, he's a really good podcast, very much different than mine, but he does hit on a lot of key points. They talk a lot of relationship stuff there. They discuss, men versus women. It's a really good podcast, and it's really dope that it's live, so you kind of get the authentic version of it. There really isn't any edits or anything like that. It's just straight to it. It's raw and it's uncut. So yeah, if you get time, download, subscribe to this podcast, follow him on Facebook, follow my IG, and look out for the show every Thursday at 7. That's all I got today. Oh, real quick, I gotta shout out my daughter Gab. Gab always be stepping up, and I mean she knows it, but I had a little emergency here with her little sister while I was out of town, and I just called her, and Gab be on it. She's she be I don't want to get too far in the situation, but the situation was extremely frustrating. But she just was like, like it was like when I called, she knew why I was calling, and I was like, "Hey, Gab, are you done with She's taking college classes. Like, are you out of class?" And she's like, "I'll be out in about an hour." I was like, "Can you go get your sister, or can I get her dropped off to you?" She's like, "Yeah, sure." And she's like, I like what I mean. I told her what was going on. She's like, "Oh yeah, I know." And she was just like, "Yeah, that's stupid." Like Gab is very much like me, which is scary, but good. So, just shout out to Gabby. Gabby is like the best big sister that Jordan and Emma could have. She's always just like my house. Honestly, does not run without her the way that it runs, and super thankful for her. She's just a really good kid, really respectful. She loves her sisters, and I know I can be a little overbearing at times, but or she probably uses a different word for that. But she really is like I'm blessed and thankful that I have such a all my kids are good, but Gabby really is like she's big Gab. She steps up and she just helps out around the house. So I'm just shout out to her. I'm super thankful for her. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys this week. I'm getting ready to get my shit packed up. I gotta fly in a couple hours. I can't even sleep on the plane because the flight is literally like 45 minutes. Um, but yeah, I'll get back home hopefully in time to catch the Eagles game. I think if I land in time, I'll be able to get home and get the Eagles game. So until next week, guys. Again, thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for the feedback. Uh, I had something on. I'll do it in the next episode. Someone that reached out to me about something, but but yeah, just continue being great. Continue being blessed, and just everyone have a good weekend, have a good week, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.